Okay, we'll do a quick read through of this short story by. It was by. I have his real name, but I think it was Kashla K or.
That's probably safe. Okay.
Nice. I wish I had his tag. But anyways, off we go. I'm gonna do a quick read through. Nice open. Curious about what his style is. Alright. Plenty of working girls try to imitate my style. Technology is such that you can flip a switch on some augmented reality glasses and any girl can look like the flavor of the month celebrity. But there is no art to their game. I never would have thought this is how I would be using my drama degree. Okay, so it's kind of an interesting world. I kind of see it as sci-fi. Is this thing working? Make sure. No, that's not the right video preview. I'll refresh. My dashboard's like, what the frick? You just changed like 5 things. It does not compute. Make sure it's working at all. Poor Twitch. Alright, there we go. Off we go. Is this someone's flash fiction? It is indeed. It is a flash fiction work by one of our awesome Twitch streamers. I actually am an idiot and I totally forgot his name, which I feel kind of bad. Or I forgot his Twitch handle. His real name is, I think it's like Kashla K or something like that. Oh, sorry, Story of O. I'm dumb. Yeah, this is by Story of O, so definitely give him a follow. I'll do the Story of O. Boom, that guy. Really cool dude. So yeah, definitely give him a follow. So it looks like we're in some sort of futuristic world where people like hook up with these actress type people or actors who have 3D glasses on or something. I never thought this is how I'd use my drama degree. There was something about Reggie. He invited me over for dinner on a Saturday night and greeted me with a small embarrassed smile, which was typical considering the type of meeting we were about to have. I walked into the house and looked around. It was modest sized but well kept, free of clutter you'd typically see in the home of a young man on his own. So the one thing I have here is I'm not sure if this is modern day, if this is futuristic or what. So I would actually give concrete details. What does modest and well kept look like? You know, stuff were folded up. What's that?
I said, hope y'all enjoy editing.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna do an editing Twitch on the side. For all the people who are actually like, I'm just trying to watch a speed run up in this motherfucker. Why is everyone?
They're actually like, oh, that's interesting.
Can we get some?
It's the background music.
Help me visualize what exactly immodest looks like. Yeah. A storyteller. Hello, hello, Sharpman Health. How art thou? Thank you for the host, Smishmosh. Oh my god, I'm back again. Yeah, we're jumping around a lot tonight. I blame it on my sleep deprivation and how loopy I am.
It's true. I saw him talking to a wall.
Yeah, I was talking to a wall earlier. This stuff got real.
You called it Luo.
Hello, nurse. What's that?
You called it Luo.
I called it Luo, yeah.
It.
Oh my gosh. All the Luos. There was something about good guy, but crazy, but intense. Okay, yeah, so pretty much we're, to give you guys, this is the beginning of a flash fiction story. We're editing it, and pretty much, I'm looking over Story of O. This is by Story of O. I should put his little Twitch tag. Story of O /TV. Cool. So give him a follow. He's a fantastic writer, as we're about to see. That was fine. Why, thank you, good sir. All right. Thou indeed be fine. Is this a slash
do you want me to
fiction
open the
story?
thing? Door.
If you can figure it out. I had some trouble. A slash fiction story. I was struggling with it. See? I know, it was like that when I got there. Here, I can get a screwdriver and fool with it later. Hashtag riddle pig. I don't know how to push a spot. So type an exclamation point, have it. And then all the things come up. You just type riddle. Boom. It doesn't have a cool answer function, sadly.
1 second.
Yes.
That helps me play video games better. Oh my gosh.
All the
10
riddles.
times. This is brutal. Okay.
Smish Smosh. The ever most popular Smish Smosh. You always have new friends. I gotta admit, Smish Smosh. You always have new cool people come in. It's like never you host and it's never the same people. I'm like, oh, cool.
Yeah, you're more of a regulars there, aren't you?
Yeah, I get kind of like 5 or 10 regulars. You're just like, hey, what's up, dude? Yeah, still chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah, still writing. Same thing. Okay.
Still doing that, huh?
Yeah, it takes a while to write a novel, it turns out. 3 years. Come sit down. Are you hungry? I thought we'd talk for a bit before we chill, he said, trailing off. At the end, as if realizing he was verbalizing the thing we weren't allowed to talk about. So that's kind of like, it's not necessarily stating the obvious, but it's something I already kind of get from the dialogue. So you did a good job in your dialogue showing me that that's how he felt, and like he was kind of like, if you just said he said trailing off. Another detail, like a blush. Trust your dialogue. Yeah, if I could spell. So yeah, I think the note here is really just like, yeah, trust your dialogue. You know, if Story of O, I think you did a good job communicating that. So yeah, you're good to go. I laughed. Yes, my stomach came prepared. For this fabulous dinner you promised me. What are we having? He was cute. Normally I don't let myself have thoughts like that, but it had been a while since I actually felt myself on a date. I had to keep it together though. I wasn't there to be me. Chicken parm. I made a sauce from scratch and used aged provolone. He looked away from me. It was her favorite, actually.
It's like overheating.
And there it was, the reason people come to me, the reason I get paid so well. It's in the details. Social networks, home recordings, security footage. There's a tremendous amount of information out there on the net about people. If you're going to be a method actor, it helps to observe the character you're playing. The flip of a hair when they laugh, the downcast eyes when they're flirting, the huskiness of the laugh are the building blocks of who they are. It wasn't time to get into character, though. These dates help me get used to my customers and break the ice. We sit and chat and get comfortable around each other, then at some point I disappear and come back a different person.
This is starting to nice.
I can't wait to try it. It smells phenomenal. I'm surprised you can't hear my stomach growling. Mitsu, thank you for the follow. Much appreciated. Much obliged.
Okay, bear with me, guys. This might take a while.
You should also give the Foxy Lady a follow. She's an awesome streamer as well. And she's slash the Foxy Lady 17. Poor soul is cranking. Lurk mode to pick the breakfast because it's 7 a.m.
Oh, no. Yay!
I've heard this riddle. Riddle me this. I am, in truth, yellow fork from tables in the sky. By inadequate fingers. I am, in truth, a yellow fork from tables in the sky. By inadequate fingers dropped to the artful cutlery of mansions never quite discovered and never quite concealed. The apparatus of the dark to ignorance revealed. Yeah, I agree. Lightning. I think it's lightning. I actually just uploaded a bunch of riddles into this document, and I I never looked to see like what they were. So.
You didn't know the answers?
No, I was just like, nope.
Okay.
Put them in there. Load them up. Oh well, I couldn't blame anyone but myself. It really did smell amazing.
Ooh, we're gonna go down there.
To come home to something like that on a regular basis. My work didn't exactly let me live a princess's life. Oh well, I couldn't blame anyone but myself. This life was just easier in a lot of ways. Especially with flash fiction, I know we're already like kind of halfway through the story. Looking for some details.
Still figuring out the best route to take for this.
That's the great thing about fiction is you can get a lot of the character like details and facts, you know, across through the details of what they're coming in with. Like, you know, you did a good job talking about how she's preparing as a method actor to like be this person's companion. You know, talk about having that person's clothes in a bag, and you can actually list like, oh, like high heels. You can say, I wish I had as good quality clothes as the ones that he gave me to wear, so it shows that like she's really poor. You know, those types of things sometimes help. Yeah, I think this is going pretty well though. This is pretty solid at this point. Seminole. If you tell me.
I swear to God, you told me I did one thing wrong.
No!
Okay, cutscene? Can I? Oh, okay. Can't skip this
I'd
one.
be happy if something was right. The food tasted as good as my nose led me to believe it would. Led me to believe. I'm going to go ahead and track changes and just make a few. There's a few kind of, especially in flash fiction, you want to cut out these like fatty words.
Maybe not precious.
So like stuff like it would, that's just kind of bloatware. Over the next hour, Reggie lost his shyness and became the man I had become enamored with during our phone conversations. So this seems contradictory to her not getting attached. So this, you know, maybe that's one of the reasons it's good to give these concrete details, because you are giving me more concrete details now, and it's kind of like, oh, I thought she wasn't, you know, so like whenever you have like kind of a little bit of showing and a little bit of telling happening at the same time, sometimes you kind of run into the situations where they kind of clash, or they just don't always agree. So I would think about how you handle that. So this one, this seems contradictory to what I learned. Her.
There we go. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know what the answer is there, but yeah, we'll see. I don't think Enrique set up his stream. Nice! More Twitch writers! Well, and I'll give you a follow, Enrique. If you just chat, I will find your, yeah, follow all y'all. Follow all y'all. Nice! I'm excited. Good luck. Whoops.
I pray for the Ori gods on this one.
Boom. Fast ban.
I have a hard time with this.
Boom.
For whatever reason.
I thankfully saw that.
Okay.
Correct in 3, 2.
I'm just gonna save, because I've been slow in this part.
Yeah. I have a good bit of moderators. Smish is one of my awesome Grandmaster moderators. She is a Fist of Destiny. But yeah. But I gotta sometimes buckle down too. Alright. If not for his circumstances, he'd never have needed me. Clara had died in a tragic car accident and he never had the chance to say goodbye. I was his shot at closure, to be with her one last time. I would almost want that through dialogue, because I think you do a great job showing through dialogue, and I kind of already guessed that it was something to do with a loss. So like the details of the loss, you know, you can do through dialogue, where maybe it's a conflict scene where she's trying to get information out of him, like, tell me more about Claire, and he's like, I haven't really talked about it in a long time. I don't know how I feel about bringing it up. And you're like, you know, hey, like we talked over the phone about this. You know, you have to be okay with sharing. He's like, yeah, it's just still hard. And she's like, let's start slow. What was the last thing you talked about? And then you can kind of build from there. And then, you know, it can be like something really sad and heartbreaking. He's like, I yelled at her. Like, I regret that. Like, so I would consider bringing this into dialogue. Into dialogue. Sorry, I distracted you for sure that time.
This little one right there starts.
Consider bringing this in dialogue. We already sense that this is someone dealing with the loss. This block exposition works, but I think at this point we already know the facts, or suspect the facts, and we want to get to the emotion. Get to the emotion of how both characters about this. So yeah, I mean, I actually think that's like the best. That's the reason behind that note, right? Is like I think that I want to be able to take, because I already kind of know it's with the loss. I want to know how both characters feel about it. And whenever you do a block exposition like that, you know, it's important and it's necessary and it's good if you don't have that stuff set up already, but you already did a good job setting it up. And two, I already kind of know there's a loss at place, but I don't know how I should feel about it, so I need to know how the characters feel about it. And whenever someone talks about their feelings, that's always an opportunity for conflict, because the last thing anybody wants to really talk about is how they feel about something. So that may help. GG final boss. Oh, someone was just being a punk. Don't worry, I axed him. I was on the comments at the time. He had bad timing.
How dare he?
Oh wow, ban reason. Interesting. Interesting. I did it.
Slow and steady wins the race. And this mother lover. Cause
just got out of school. Nice. That's late, but maybe it's time zones. I'm glad I'm happy when I get out of school. Out of work. It doesn't really change.
Yeah.
It's get used to being excited for the end of your day. Or you can be a nerd and stream storytelling on Twitch.
Or
Ori. By the time I walked out of the bathroom, a green light blinked on the AR glasses. Nice. I actually like this concept. So I think this is a cool concept and one that's worth exploring. So that's one of the things that you find in some sci-fi. Sometimes the sci-fi concept isn't worth really to dive in. I think this is. I think AR is a fascinating thing we're dealing with right now. And how do you think about that is really cool. Yeah, so like this is kind of like talking. I think this is kind of showing how we see people, at least from what I'm feeling so far. So I'm interested to see your perspective on it. And I think it's probably going to be an interesting one because this is a pretty well told.
So that right there.
That implies I wrote a novel. You should write a novel that you're a fan, or at least send me the first chapter, even if it's not written. I'll read it. Okay, so it goes to me. I still look the same, but to him, okay. By the time I walked out of the bathroom, a green light blinked on. Okay, so we jump cut pretty quickly after the dinner. I would actually, I know this is flash fiction, but I would spend some time because the dinner is the dinner is kind of built up, but we flash right to like the fact where she comes out as his like dead wife or whatever. We build up the dinner a little bit. Yeah, I think this would kind of reinforce the fact that I think if you give some dialogue at dinner about what happened, it would be probably a good thing. Because it would, one, expand the dinner a little bit, make it feel more built out. Yeah. Even if it's not written. I have my list. I didn't write a fleshed out log lines or anything for it. Nice. Send over your stuff, guys, if you all want. I'll edit it on Twitch.
Oh, sorry. I'm going to cool down.
Poor computer.
Rip.
Is it like melting?
It's just going really slow.
Oh no.
It's a cheap thing. It's like painstaking.
Well, that computer may not be able to handle the combined. Or he's a pretty high graphics game too. Maybe if you play.
But it's usually like good when I play it. It's probably just the streaming with the game. This is a trial run.
Huh?
It's usually fun when I play it. Like when I just play it. It's probably with the streaming.
No, I think it's the streaming for sure. But I bet you like if you play like a simpler game.
Yeah.
Like what was the other one you were thinking about streaming? Stardew Valley. Like that won't be a problem, I don't think. No careless whispers in this stream, people. To me, so I caught a ghost of my reflection in the window as I approached him. To me, I still look the same. I don't know what the same is because we never really got a good picture of what she was wearing. Or her looks. So this is hard for me to imagine. So yeah, it's hard for me to kind of picture it. Without knowing, oh, what did I know she looked like from the outset? I mean, I think he gave some brief description, but I didn't really, wasn't there to get a full picture. The way he looked at me, I so desperately wish someone looked at me like that without those fucking glasses. He choked back a cry and unconsciously took a step forward. Tears cascaded down his cheeks. Another step, this time with purpose.
I forget about that part. Oops.
His embrace was so tight it almost left me unable to breathe, but I allowed myself to sink into him. He shook, silent sobs racked his body. The tremble slowed to nothing, and we held each other. He took a deep breath, inhaling my scent. How did you know the perfume she wore? My brother told me. He must really care for you, I said, voice barely a whisper. I felt him smile. He must. This might be his last Dick Shepard at fixing me, Reggie said with a wry laugh. So I like this dialogue. So far, the one note I have is everything, and I know it's flash fiction, so I'm expecting the turn or the surprise to happen at the end. But I am kind of waiting to see something, like, cause I like, okay, like pretty much you're setting up, hey, this prostitute's gonna, or this kind of like person is gonna like come to this guy and like do something. So that's all happening according to plan. So I'm kind of waiting for that moment where like, oh yeah, so she goes, they have dinner, she takes her whatever, she dresses up as his wife. So those are all like things that you set up, and they're all paying off, which is good. But eventually you do want one or two of those to kind of be turned on their head to surprise me and be like, oh whoa, I thought this, and like, you know, and that's kind of you know, using those devices. Thanks for the follow, Tizzy Dizzy, much appreciated. He backed up and looked me up and down. You know, looking at you, at her, I'm not sure how I ever won her over. She was too beautiful for me. Last time I saw her, we got into a fight. She wanted me to take her out and I didn't want to go. She said I didn't feel like it. Life is cruel sometimes. That doesn't take anything away from what you two had. No matter what circumstances when she left. Bad things happen. You move on. I would say it's a little bit verbose. So like certain cuts, like bad things happen. You move on. Like keeping that cadence of 3 words will kind of help. Life is cruel. And this kind of saying the same thing twice. So that's how I would like lean that dialogue out. Obviously, those are all recommendations. Let's see. Let's just something to smash the air simply, Kappa. Oh my. Those are some sweet log lines. Those sweet, sweet log lines.
Nope.
Don't forget to use the power of Finalbot, the self whistle, Tizzy Dizzy. Thanks for following. Yes, indeed. Finalbot is right. Explanation riddle. Bam. Got it. I have 4 legs but a tail. You shall only...
Do it again. It's all practice for me. I'm usually pretty good at this spot, but it can be tricky. Gotta get just the right timing, like that. Okay, there we go. It's better.
I have 4 legs but no tail.
And go! Nope, too far, too far.
Get wrecked. That's how you blow yourself up. Get blown up.
Okay.
Oof.
I went too fast now.
Okay, it's alright. Deep breath. Think to what into obvious. Owls only heard at night or frog? Interesting. This was the most important part of the process. The inevitable sex was passionate yet irrelevant. This was the moment where the client let go of their plan that made the work
there we go.
more than just a casual tryst for money. Can I hold you for just a while? Reggie asked me, a touch of melancholy in his voice. He said you, but he really meant Clara, not me. Maybe there is someone out there for me, I thought. I wanted Reggie. I wanted to be someone's Clara. I wanted to be me for once. I wanted to tell him that, rip off those glasses and tell him that I loved him. Even if it might not have been true. You have all night, babe. I love you, I said as Clara, complete with a tinge of Carolina's accent. That would be plenty of time to find a Reggie later. I'm a professional. Interesting. So like it's good. So I like the ending on a character's choice. My challenge would be make me believe that her choosing love is possible. You know, there's always like that, you know, that whenever you have a love story, you kind of have like love and honor as like the two things, like especially in detective movies, like do I solve the crime even if the love interest did it? And then you have, do I choose like the supporting the love interest or solving the crime? So yeah, I would definitely encourage you to make me believe that that she may actually choose love over honor. Crickets have 4 legs, I think.
What? Is it a riddle?
Yeah, it's a riddle.
What was the riddle?
I'll say in a sec. Possibility.
Okay.
And you're already pretty far.
Yeah, not bad. I like this new little
This area.
skill.
Oh, the shooting thing?
Yeah, it's fun. Oops. Oh. Because you can like
use it to launch yourself.
Yeah. It makes you can get to a lot of stuff earlier on now.
Oh, nice, with like your tricks like that.
Yeah.
I'm learning about Ori and the Blind Forest. I think it is frog. Frog during mating season.
Back up. Back that ass up.
I actually think it is frog. Sorry, I'll read Fox the riddle before I get in trouble. She's like, mother.
I just like to hear them.
Oh yeah. I have 4 legs but no tail. Usually I'm heard only at night. What am I?
Yeah, I think it could be cricket or frog, right? No, I guess crickets have more legs.
Yeah, they have 6 legs.
Whatever, you think you're so smart. You think you're so smart.
Smacks my hand.
That's right.
Okay, so let me give my overall notes, and then it's 10:50, so I'm going to drive home and head to bed right after this, and then I'm going to host Fox. Or if she's going to call it off too, I can host a rando.
I probably should.
Overall, the good, I think it's like a cool world setup.
Well, rip. Okay, I'm gonna call it there because I'm frustrated. That was just super dumb.
Alright, so improve.
Okay.
Cool.
We all tab out of here.
The things I would change is make me really...
I'm such a noob. Okay, I promise I'll play better next time, but that frustrated me. Alright, so I'm gonna log on out.
Stop stream.
I'll be back maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after.
She's signing off of her first stream.
That just drove me crazy. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.
Yay.
Dang it. I give up.
It's all good. You can help me give the final notes on this one here before
Colin is watching.
Before I bounce. We are a couple. See? How adorable. We're just both streaming separately.
You guys not a couple? We are a couple. Oh, he has to work in the city.
Yeah, I have to work in San Francisco tomorrow.
Yeah. We live in different cities because we are pursuing our dreams.
Yes. She was the one playing Ori. Make me really believe that she would... Here, I'm going to borrow my other arm. She would choose love instead of her job. Yeah, I think that kind of goes back to giving more of the emotion. Spend time developing the emotional states of each character through dialogue. Show me how he's mourning. You have a few good moments, a few great moments, but she's describing them. Yeah, I would just give a lot of the details of the world. Like I find that she's describing, and I do would say you have some great moments. Yeah, I think I'll make this the final boss version.
Final boss. So you have to beat this guy
before it's ready. Riddle me this: reaching stiffly for the sky, bare my fingers when it's cold. In warmth, I wear an emerald glove, and in between, I dress in gold.
So done.
Oh wow, it's like back to back.
Oh, it's a tree.
Oh yeah, that doesn't make sense. A tree. Second one is a stone.
Oh, yeah, Fallen Clan had it.
Yeah,
what is a deciduous tree? Yeah, deciduous. We're being technical.
Indeed. Very technically accurate today in the riddles.
Yeah.
Cool. I think this was a great story, StoryofO. Yeah, and I hope you enjoy my notes. Everybody, if you guys like following writer Twitch people, That's his thing right there. Yeah, so I'm going to go ahead and send this over to him, make sure that he gets it. Hautbaum in German.
Is that a riddle?
Yeah. Album. Albaum.
Album.
Album. Oboe.
Yeah.
I like turtles. Thanks for the stream, guys. Sorry it was a short one tonight, but I'm old and feeble, and my work is absolutely insane. So hopefully someday my job will be more mellow, and who knows.
He's gonna be part-time.
It's a log.
In like a month.
It's a log.
Uh-oh.
Not the log.
No.
Please, no logs.
He came for you.
Night, y'all.
Night, everyone.
Smish, are you jumping back on? I can definitely give you a host, and then point everybody back to the Smish Moosh. So you log back on, I'll go ahead and host you, and everybody go over to Smish's channel. She's awesome, great writer. No, she's not getting on?
No.
Damn. Alright, then I'll find someone else to host, because gotta support the writing community around here. It's a struggle writing, so the more that you can support people who are doing it, the better. Let's see here, Minecraft, creative, boom. Am I the only person writing? I always have to check, and then it's usually just like me.
Or Smish.
Oops. Let's see, communities.
Oh,
Yep, one live. Damn. Nobody loves it.
How
is leatherworking doing better than us? Garbage.
Music?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna do
you
music.
Can't play music because I don't have a piano.
Yeah, she doesn't have a piano, but we'll let it slide. We'll do The Lost Story. That sounds fun.
That sounds cool.
I mean, it kind of is like a story, right? Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and post her in there. You can give them a little Final Boss raid, love. Give them a, I guess that's their profile. I'll do like this. Boom. Give them a jump in, say hi, and then I am going to bed because I'm very old and feeble. Mostly because I'm old.
He's going to try to survive to the weekend. That's his goal.
Survival. Alright, y'all. Take care.
Night.